All right, in this video, we're going to talk about scope. And what scope basically means, it's variable access. All right, so we've made a bunch of variables already, right? So var my variable equals global. And this right here, this variable is in what's called the global scope, right? It's the highest level of a variable, right? Now when we create a function, my function, right? If I were to create var my var2 equals, this is a local variable, okay? Now, if I want to document dot write, and we're going to say my var, so you'll see how I was able to print out global. Now, local, which is my var2, right? If I change this to 2, you'll see that it didn't work, right? It ends up being undefined, right? It's not. I don't have access to that, and you'll be able to see that if I go to inspect. You'll see over here at the bottom it says variable my var is not defined. Okay. So why is that? Well, the reason why is because you're not able to get to variables that are in a local scope unless you are in the local scope. So here, I go inside of here and I test it. Oh, wait, gotta call it first. So if I go in there and then I call my function, right? Then it shows local, right? If I bring this back out again, nothing, right? So local variables can only be called from a local scope, right? However, one thing that's really important though is, let's just do this again, right? Let's just say I forgot to add that var. If I forget to add that var, you'll see that the local scope is now being shown. And the reason why is because it actually isn't local. Because there isn't a var, what the function is doing is it's saying, hey, is there a var, my var2 instantiated inside of this function? No. If not, make it global. So this is actually global state right now. Okay, so let's just say I have var, right? And I named it the same exact thing, right? So I have my var and my var. Now if I look over here, if I call my function and we're going to say my var2, notice that it says global, right? So I have my var global, right? And I have this function where I said my var is local. And then I call my function, so it's calling here, it's saying my var is local. But then when I document write it, it says global. So why is that? Well, the reason is because, I mean, just like we were saying before, there is no, this my var, when I call my var, it has no idea about this var because this one's local, right? Now, one way that you might be able to do it is if I were to remove the var, right? So now if I did this, it says local. You don't really want to do it this way, right? If you wanted to be able to change it from here. You could do something where it's more, if you say window.myvar, it'll be local. Window is a more, I guess, syntactical way of creating something in a global scope from inside of the function. That way, you know, for when you see this, you're like, okay, this is a global variable because it says window dot. If there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in this function, you see that, you might not realize it. Okay, and yeah, so that's about it. I mean, that's scope.